All right, guys, I'm here. So a little bit of coffee time. Those that don't know, I just a couple of hours ago did a stream where we played some PvP. We did some other stuff. We talked about Heart of Thorns. We talked about Reshade. This one, we're going to be doing the Path of Fire stuff. I've got a video advertising the existence of this stream about to come up. Should be pretty fun. And we'll do the stream intro first, though, and I'll be back very shortly, guys. Go get yourself some coffee. Let's get it going. Also, I watched a little bit of my VOD from a couple of hours ago. I really don't like how much I'm swearing. I don't get it. I keep dropping all these F and S bombs and stuff. I'm going to try and rein that in. That's not that I get offended by swearing or anything. I think I sound like a bit of a prick. So we'll try and stop that a bit. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys very soon. Alrighty then. Alright, we're back. Hello. I'm launching the game now. Alright, we'll probably do one PvP game, and then I'll throw the advertisements up, and we'll get going. So yeah, I was watching the VODs with the pile drive thing, and I've realized why sometimes it does very little damage. It's because, A, protection, obviously, which we all know about and we all understand. And Aegis, those are two deadly counter bursts, obviously. But another thing that makes this burst extremely weak is stability. It just dawned on me that stab is meaning that lightning rod isn't proccing. So an extra like 6,000 damage is being mitigated. So basically, if I try to burst a warrior that has stab and prot on him, it's just like, it's going to do nothing. It's going to do absolutely nothing. So I think that that's a really important thing we need to recognize and try and like cull away. But yeah, so hi guys. If you don't know what this is, a couple of hours ago, I just made this as a meme build. It's a lot of fun. It's already had some extremely funny situations, such as we exterminated the enemy team. We got a pentakill. We got 5 kills on mid all at once within a couple of seconds, which is extremely rare in Guild Wars, because usually fights are split over multiple caps. But we did that and people escape. We managed to do that. We also scored a 1v2 on Far with just 11,000 health as an Elementalist on a staff. We scored a 1v2. We beat a Guardian and a Mesmer using this build. We've also scored a ridiculous number of one-shots and sort of exploded multiple people's brains. This is a pile-driving Ellie, which is basically just a Staff Weaver that has some slight modifications and traits and rune choices to complement the usage of this skill here, Pile Driver, which is slightly less damage than a tier 1 kill shot. Ever so slightly less damage than a tier 1 kill shot, but It also has, when we strike with this, as long as they don't have stab, another, like, huge hit on it, which essentially puts it stronger than a T3 kill shot. This is stronger than a T3 kill shot at the same range for 5 targets that applies a daze as well at the same time. So it's extremely powerful. Now, one thing we could do... Wait, can you still daze by doing a combo field through a lightning field? Is that a daze? No, it's vuln. It's vulnerability. It's vulnerability. So that's not going to help. So I'm not sure about that. There might be a way we could... Because we can throw this. This is an easy projectile finisher we can put into any field we like. So, yeah. Is this stream advertised? Not yet, because I'm in PvP and I don't want people whinging. But after this one game, we'll be going to Path of Fire, and we'll be doing story stuff, and we'll be having fun. But this is really, really fun, and I kind of just want to do one more and pay attention to stab as we play here. Leap is daze. So if you leap through one of those fields, you daze. Yeah, there's no way for me to do that, really. That's fine, then. Yeah, it will just be one game. The only time I'll do more than one game is at the end of a stream. So, by the way, I was... Oh, right, yeah. So, we're not... So, there is... If you guys are a member of the Discord community and you're an actual member of the community and you talk to people, you don't just go in there to, like, leech giveaways, which apparently we've got a bit of a problem with. If you're an actual member of the community, we've got lots of exciting things going on with giveaways. But we're trying to do it in such a way that it's not just people abusing us and then fucking off. Which, oh, there you go. I swore again immediately. So if you are a member of Spud, if you do chat, not just when I say I'm a member of Spud, I don't just mean are you in our guild. I mean, do you chat a lot in Discord? Do you interact with people? Do you do all that stuff? If that's true, and it's very cool by the way, we have a Spud member here. If that's true, then you should totally check out Discord and see some of the cool news that's going on there. Thanks very much for the welcome back, Anve. Thank you, thank you. Wow, this queue's long even when we're not playing with other people, so that's interesting. But yeah, so we'll do this queue, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we've got prepared for the stream. I got my coffee here. I've got a drink of fizzy drink as well. And we'll see how we feel with this. What's he? He's a Necro. That should be a one-shot. Yeah. What did we get there? It's weird, because it sometimes looks like it's low damage, but that's 9k on that one. Another thing we could start paying attention to is maybe finding a way to, like, might stack ourselves a bit better before the pile drive, but I'm not really sure. I'm not too comfortable with what we could do for that, because neither of the achievements revolve around fire, so unless someone else gives us the might, be a bit annoying. There's some weird stuff going on in the chat. Yeah, I have noticed that. People can be a bit, I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to say immature, but people can get a bit, sometimes the chat does get in a bit of a place where I'm like, oh, I would never contribute to this conversation. But, you know, if people are making friends, then they're making friends. I'm not going to judge that. Then we've obviously got lots of different channels, right? So if you feel like the conversation is a bit juvenile or whatever in one channel, you can obviously go to another one. This account is EU. No, this is an NA account. This is North American account. Well, technically this account isn't either. I can do what I want on this, but, God, that sounds like such a brag, doesn't it? It's not going to matter. When it still matters? So when the world versus... What did they propose with the world versus world thing? It's just going to be different prices and stuff, right? The game could get a lot better once the server issues... Oh, it could be really good. Imagine if the big world change leads to... So I've never practiced this. I don't even know how this one works. Well, imagine if that leads to, on streams, you guys can just join. Imagine if that question, is this NA or EU, never has to be a thing anymore. You know? How cool would that be? I should really practice this one in combat. So a little tip, if you do want to practice this stuff in combat, Frosty said this the other day, and I think it's a really smart idea. You can use Necro skills to self-condy you, and then you can practice jumps and things a bit better. Let's see if they blast this. I sort of don't care if they do. But for their own benefit, they might like to. Nope. How many months do you guys think it will be before they remove wild server? This is a really good question, isn't it? I don't know myself. So who's this crossing? It's druids. Who's this pushing? Warrior. Necro's over there. Good squishy Necro. That was 11k, I'm pretty sure. We didn't have a good follow-up there because I went air and I should have gone fire. What's this trait? Sadistic Searing. He's full PvE mode. I should have static fielded. I might be too late with it now. We'll double tap that. Oh, we didn't get the crit. So I'm possibly dead now. I have to be extremely careful. Look at all that barrier. What is this? We take keep. If he pushes, we can pile drive him. Where is he? He's there. He dodged the pile drive. I used my glyph there, anticipating a dodge roll, because I was used to Fresh Air Weaver for a second there. So he's fleeing. Wow, so we got keep, and none of them are even dead. They just all fled. That's interesting. So the sword guy will eat me alive, by the way. But maybe I can die in the meteor shower. Yeah, we made it. So he kills us with his downstate attacks. There's a thief on me as well. What are these two doing here? If you look on my minimap, you'll see just a thief and an NG having sex. They're not doing anything. Look at them. Look at them wasting time. They've got no idea what's going on here. Look, they're just letting them all res. They're letting me die. Look, now he's finally moving. It's hilarious. Very, very, very slow. Very obvious that they don't know how to use the minimap. Very obvious that all they're doing is looking at the node. I mean, extraordinary. He's even a rifle Deadeye. He could have contributed so much there. But there you go. We still got a cool kill on the elite. So, by the way, the sword guy, you might have been like, well, why didn't you just run away, WP? I'm not confident I could, on any kind of basis, short or long-term basis, run away from that elite from that position. Or at least nothing sprung to mind right at the moment that it happened. So, we'll go for the kill again here, I think. Oh! I wish that I did like 2 more damage. We might spawn camp him, I don't know. Depends on a few things. So that's fine. There's massive over-rotation on close. So, this Scourge. Hopefully the lightning. Good, 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 good. We got it. So this should be really easy. He's probably going to try and line of sight us behind the statue, which would be a good play. I messed up that jump. Oh, dear. So now we can Pyroclastic Meteor Shower. And I might even glyph for this. At the end of the day, 25% more damage on a Meteor Shower hit is not shabby. What's this ability? Oh, this is the Lahar. Can I hit him through line of sight? My guy just suicided, basically, by the way. I don't actually know what he did, except walk into all the Scourge stuff and rally bot him. I can't res that in time. So, thanks for that, bro. So now he's got a ton of barrier. I'm not too concerned. He's going to run along here and hit the static. Can probably kill him like so now. Yeah, okay, that's good. So, we will take Stomp here. He's going to really hurt. He's going to fear, and we're going to have to dodge, and then we dodge back in. And now we have to see if we can make it. If we don't get this... Okay, my teammate... Just to be clear here, I messed up there. I made a terrible play, because I never managed it. We're going to die again, unless he helps. Oh my god, that's an enemy warrior there. I didn't even realize. I made a really bad play. I didn't have to do that. I could have, like, chosen another method to kill the Scourge. I was hoping I could get it in time. If my ally hadn't rotated in, what you guys have got to understand is I was dead. That Scourge had me dead. He would have won that downstate, ensuing downstate battle. No problem whatsoever. So that Stomp's pretty unnecessary, I think, with all the damage that was rolling on him. So I'm lucky, basically. I lucked out and I won that fight. We succeeded at mid there because I got the guy rotating. And we essentially won a 2v2 in there. But the rest of our team's struggling. I don't actually have to take this fight on this node, but I'm happy to because I get great off-point damage. I auto-ran off. What is going on here? Why couldn't I get through that? Wow. Oh, you can't actually get through that. Shit. Alright, well, I played really bad by auto-running off like an utter scrub. I'm actually extremely embarrassed about that. And straight into a PP Thief as well. This was an easy win, and we would have had far, and I just totally ruined that entire fight. I don't know, can we delete the past 3 seconds, please? That was so bad. They're even rotting me. They're even rotting me, which is, like, so efficient, that kill that they got there. Like, a build this squishy, one minor advantage is if you die in a team fight on a build this squishy, at least you respawn quick. There, I died in a team fight instantly without contributing anything, and they full rotted me. So, yeah, just pretty gross. I have 2 allies that will form a line for me, so I can go back for this fight. This guy's going to keep Zerging. I think he's extremely new to Guild Wars 2. He's one of the guys that was... So the PP Thief is on me, probably. So what I'm thinking of doing is camping Earth and going double Earth in a second when he comes up at me. Like so. So that we can get the reflects. And he kills himself. And now we can finish him off. A ranger discovered the power of pressing F1. And so I'm now massively pressured. So we'll have to figure this out. The static will really mess him up there. Will really mess him up. Or not, because the NG stopped pressuring him. Thief is going to self-res, so what I have to do now... I mean, I don't... Yeah, the NG's in, like, starter gear and stuff, I think. I mean, I really think this is a very, very new player. He's just doing nothing. So the smoke scale can't hit me while I'm up here. So this is beautiful. We're going to pile drive. I think the ranger's dead. I think he... No, he's not. He went all the way over there. What the hell? What is this guy doing? I'm sorry, Pala, but you are an extraordinary specimen. Okay, we got nothing there. I mean, I'll just meet you, shower. The only reason I'm still taking this is because I'm Staff Ellie. So, I should be able to get this pretty comfortably. This is insane. What build is he running? Why did you stealth there? What did that accomplish? Why? I think he's just using cooldowns. He's got turrets. I think he's new to Guild Wars. I'm not going to be mean then, because he's new, so... we're going to immob in a field, and then we're going to pile drive afterwards. He's out of range. That's annoying. Who's this coming in? Scourge. I'm in no position to actually fight that. Yeah, I think I'm dead if I stay there. I can't take any kind of fight. We can't take any engagements with this player. This player will never win anything. We have to move. It's sort of like I was alone DPSing a druid there, which is just not going to happen. It'll just move out of my fields. We've been trip capped now, so this is lost. I might do one more here because this really, what did we do this game? Nothing. I'll come over here. This wasn't ranked. I didn't. Okay, good. I always have that moment where I'm accidentally scared. I've just queued ranked instead. We don't get any more fights. I shouldn't have taken that long ass boring fight with alone basically versus a druid. It was never going to do anything. That's a shame. That could have been a really fun game, but. Hey, I did play that Hammer Mace Shield Spellbreaker build last night, and it's hella fun, does tons of damage. The Hammer 2 to a stunned enemy is like 8 to 10k, not ranked. Really? Wow, that's pretty good, dude. I saw, again, I did see on someone's stream where they were running a projectile build. Someone was running Mace 2 to reflect all of their stuff. Because obviously you block on that as well. Which I find quite funny. Genuinely. In-game sounds. Oh, sorry. So, oh my god, all game you didn't have in-game sounds. I'm sorry, guys. All you heard was my horrible, annoying, slightly toxic, rude commentary. That's what you had. Brilliant.
Eat my dust.
I feel like the air fire should be a much bigger explosion. I mean, it is the two offensive attunements mixed. It's the staff equivalent of plasma beam. It's plasma burst, and it's just, it does nothing. I don't think I've ever really seen it do anything. It's too slow, and it's too, just a lot of rubbish, really. I'm not utilizing this well enough. I need to use this to get the immobes, the proper immobes, in the fields. Not just when securing pile drives. We never glyphed that one, by the way, so I'm not really doing very well here. Like, look at it. Look, did you see that? It just goes past him and then into nothing. It's funny because it's a shield perk in defense, but it works with Mace too. Yeah, it should work with sword offhand as well, right? Does it work when you get Aegis? They need to remove the passive injure pain. No, see, I actually think Defy Pain's okay at the moment with the 2-second duration. I don't think it's too bad. If anything, it's actually, it's fun. Listen, one-shot builds are a thing, but I think that they really, there does need to be interaction. Someone made a snarky joke about that before this stream. And I think that they're right to sort of point that out, even though they didn't. So their comment for the specific moment was idiotic because there was interaction. It was just not moved to the position that the player I one-shot moved to, right? So, like, there are plays you can make. They're just ill-defining the moment at which the play was made, which is long after the mistake was made. So there is interaction even versus one-shot builds. It's about positioning, and that's something people don't really appreciate enough. But all of that aside, I think that Defy Pain on 2-second duration is fine. I really do. I think that it's only... Invulns are only really unfun when they last too long. I think Signet of Stone lasts way too long. I think 3 seconds is the max it should do. And I say that as an Ellie that runs focus a lot and has been nerfed from 4 to 3 seconds. I would love to get 4-second Obsidian Flesh back, but I think 3 is sort of pushing the limit. So yeah, I just think that these things... I think Defy Pain's okay there. If there was ever going to be a further nerf, what I would advocate is actually leaving it exactly the same, except when the trait procs, it gives you a special action, which then gives you the lesser. All these lesser abilities. Let's see, do I have a lesser ability on this? I don't have any passive... lesser. Oh yes, I do. Here, lesser arcane shield, right? When I go to 50% health, it shouldn't trigger lesser arcane shield. The skill lesser arcane shield should appear as a special action that I have to press in time and respond to. Or I can choose not to, and the special action will go away after a couple of seconds, and I save my 48 seconds cooldown for next time it comes up. I believe that that would make the game a lot more skill-based, not just because people were punished for missing and being out of time, but also I believe it would make the game more skill-based because you can actually choose when you want your lesser stuff to proc. Did you really want that lesser Defy Pain when you were in the middle of a shield stance anyway? Maybe you didn't, so you don't proc it this time. In a weird way, that would actually be a buff for warriors. It would be a weird... It would be a nerf to the trait, but a buff to warriors. And it would be an encouragement to skill-based gameplay and cooldown management and blah, 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 blah. So I think if I was going to make any change, it would actually be that, which might result in warriors being better at the game. Am I playing as Druid? No, this is a terrible build, but a very fun build that I'm hoping one more game you might be able to see be fun. In that it's just a super glassy, squishy thing. This is like, if you're a League of Legends player, this is I don't know, actually, there's a lot. This is an AP carry, right? There's a lot of casters. I was going to say Vigar, but there's not too much that's necessarily like that. Or an AD carry, I guess. This is just a ranged damage carry. In PvE, special action may have already been used for other stuff. Yeah, that's the problem. The problem is, and I didn't complain about this, but I noted it. The problem is that in PvE, ArenaNet, and even this map as well, they've started using special actions, like, in other ways. Like, so if I'm in PvE and I get one of those treasure hunting kits in the Path of Fire maps, well, then what? And then my trait procs. Do I have 2 special action hotkeys? Do we now have to bind 2 special action hotkeys? And you start to realize at that point, when it's like, oh, do we have to bind 2 special actions? It's more bloating things, and I don't think that they want to go too far down that rabbit hole, so yeah. Now, I did see last night, literally, I never knew about this, but apparently this is a jump. Apparently you can actually make this. And, I mean, it seems incredibly difficult, but apparently this is a thing. I don't know what the angle is, but this is actually a jump. Do you land on that brick, maybe? Is that the idea? You don't land on the brick. It was like, it's all one smooth motion. But you have to start, like, really high up the ramp. And just, like... I mean, that is a hell of a jumping puzzle. Maybe it doesn't work on both sides. Again, this staff build doesn't have super speed. So this is a terrible map, by the way, for this build. This is awful. This is the worst map in the game for this build. Probably. Oh, I feel like I almost...
starts soon.
I don't know. If they made less skills, such as special action skills, what about the pop-up during clutch raid mechanics like MO or Zero? Exactly, yes. So again, I mean, I just talked about that, didn't I? It's literally like you'd have to have two special action binds. A trait.
Hold on to your points.
It would be like a trait action key. That's actually what it'd be. It wouldn't be special action. It would be trait action or something like that, right? That would be the idea. I'm going to immediately stack on the node just in case one of them YOLOs over to it. Which would be dim, but they might do it. He did. What we got there? What we got? These rangers. That guy just... Look at him. Look at that. Did nothing but point blank shot. There's a... I'm going to go for this just because I'm being aggressed so hard anyway. We got him. I'm down. This guy walked in and just suicided. That guy now knows to target me. You saw some really skill-based gameplay from their ranger there. He clicked me and used point-blank shot immediately. Did you miss story? No. The stream's only just starting. Stream is only just starting. Okay, so we can try another pile drive over there. We'll get lightning flash back in a moment. Okay, we'll just do this. We don't need to pile drive. We don't need to lightning flash, sorry. Oh, the evade. But doesn't that mean he evaded my immove as well and everything? This guy might fuck us up here. We've got to be really careful. He's an infused light. We'll use the explosion just because it's there, I guess. So, here yeah, good. This is probably a bit slow. If I can get just one meteor on it. I did get one.
Strong.
I don't know why I'm running that reflect. I'm playing this quite badly, actually, at the moment. Okay, we'll kill the Mesmer. Oh, I think we did. I think we straight up killed the Mesmer. No, we didn't. He's alive on, like, nothing. I can't target him because he's a Mesmer. Oh, come on. Why does it keep clicking off? Did he use a skill that forced detarget? Oh, my God, these stun locks. Okay, he's down. The Rev is still up. Rev's down. We get major cleave on this now because we can pyroclastic both these bodies. They're dead for the meteor shower anyway. Oh, my God, this guy needs to aim me. He's not aiming me. No. Yes! Oh! Where is he, though? Where is he? He shadow stepped back out, I think. Oh, don't we get the kill on that as well? Okay, that's fine. Wow, that was like an instant stop. We need sword. Sword is so important here. Sword is so important. Let's go. No, this isn't an outfit. This is just some of the new Path of Fire armor stuff. It's not even fully equipped stuff. I love how so many... I'll tell you what, I've taken great pleasure in these recent streams. People saying, hey, what outfit is that? What outfit is that? And it's never been an outfit. It's a nice, like, counter to the circle jerk that the only interesting stuff in Guild Wars 2 is outfits. Maybe it's just that more people are willing to buy gemstone stuff than they are to actually play the game and earn the cool skins. Alright, are we ready for this? This is a sword pile drive. Are you ready?
You've lost the field.
Oh, that's so good. Oh my God, let's count that up. Somebody count that. Somebody do the maths. Okay, we reflect. We dodge the hell away. We're going to meteor shower up there in a second. Actually, we're massively like plussing that. The Soul Beast is still on us. He's not interested in anyone else. He has brains. I don't like it. I don't like his brain power. Okay, we're going to pile drive him as he flees. He's stealth. We'll pile drive the pet and do no damage, I guess. Jesus Christ.
You've lost life.
What's this? Deadeye. Okay, Deadeye is the next kill.
Blue team has obtained.
We can meteor shower in the meantime. Oh, no, Rev. I want the Rev.
You've captured the field.
Oh, I don't know how it didn't kill him. Okay, we get Reap. We can rally people with that. Lava Font, Pyroclastic on the nodes. Dodging the hell back. We could infinite range hit him, but I'm not going to choose that. We can pile drive that. Wow. That was a huge hit as well. How's he got so much health left? Good, we get the proc on the trait over there. Okay, he's down. That's brilliant. Still doing nothing. Oh, he rallied. They're rally botting him. Down again. Okay, the Rev's on me. I can't lightning flash away until after his 3. We're going to just go for the counter. No, we can't. He's too quick. That was really gross, honestly, because we had Mesmer and Ranger just constantly hitting us, and the only reason we were able to sustain was just by holding the things. We were really low on, like, basically anything we had anyway, and then the Rev came in as well. We were, like, priority focused for 3 of them for a long period of time. Well, 2 of them, and then the Rev just came in, and all he had to do was press a couple of buttons, and it was an easy kill for him. So it's unfortunate. Did somebody add it all up? It was about 30k damage, was it? Let's go for the Deadeye. Quick. We missed it. I'm dead. Really dumb. Silly play from me there. Just greedy. That was 100% suicide. That's one of the worst plays you'll ever see me make. Ever. That's one of the worst plays you can possibly make in Guild Wars 2. Walk into an already lost mid-fight and die. And I died probably quicker than you'll see any other build die. So, at least I didn't cause us to stagger too much because I died so fast.
Blue team has obtained an artifact.
I'm playing for fun right now, not to win. So I'm going to take sword again. It might help them get the damage that they want. Yeah, skipping down state, something like that. Something like that.
Red team has obtained an
Okay,
artifact.
so he's over there. What's the far fight?
Lost lion.
Oh, this is good. We have to be really cautious here because he will just kill us. So we reflect now. Did he go to sword? Oh god.
You captured dragon.
Oh, I thought he was gonna. You know what? I've got to say though, I have to say, all of this shit here, non-critting, 400 damage pyroclastic blast. 400. That's like nothing. I didn't realize they hit so little. I have to say that was extremely low pressure. I didn't realize that it felt that way. So we got kind of dicked there. I'd expect to get dicked in any 1v1 with a thief anyway, so I'm not sad about that. That's nowhere near as bad of a play as my suicide in mid, by the way. I mean, it's all useless and it's all bad, but there are varying levels. I also sacrificed sword to him there.
You've captured dragon.
So he dodged, by the way. The problem there was he dodged, so I guess I need to arcane blast earlier. We need to pace these out so that the arcane blast baits the first. Either he's hit by the arcane blast, in which case he's immobed and he takes the full blast burst, or we need to bait the first dodge, in which case. So it has to be like now or something. I think I missed that. That guy blinked out of my fields, so he's just fucked us both. I'm actually meteor showering on top of myself in case he Shiro's in. But otherwise the play is to leave. Yeah, not too entertaining this one, I'm afraid. This is definitely unranked. Good. What have we got over here?
The Colosseum's artifacts are
We're just too spread.
power.
Playing a 3-point game when I'm on this build is like not a good idea.
Lost lion.
Like these rangers are just a lot tankier than I thought they would be. I mean, there was no glyph assist on that. Rifle is bad right now. No, I was targeting him. What? Why did it go that way? So that guy's going to try and res. He is extremely quickly resing, actually. Oh, good. We bait him into that. We're still LOSing. We're actually essentially 1v3 right now. The Jacaranda is the one that actually pushes us out and makes the play in the end. So, oh, we got the rally! Oh, baby! Oh, we got a kill as well! We fucking just scored 2 kills in a 3v1. My team might be able to claim something off of that now. That was obscene. The Jacaranda AoE is what actually ended up making us have to move. Because the rifle Deadeye was LOS. And I think he was planted down and he didn't want to have to move, so. Was that just a 1,500 damage power drive? Was it really low, was it? Okay, I want to blow someone's brains out. What have we got over? Oh god, okay, it's the Mesmer. I can do it to him, but I need the right position for it. Don't want him to... There we go. Oh god. We have to do that, otherwise we're dead. Oh, I couldn't even heal in time. This is shit. The reason, by the way, why I say this is shit is I don't think there was an encounter on this node over here. So someone needlessly walked to his close for no reason and then came round, which just so happily, coincidentally, ended up resulting in an outnumber on me. Thus, say, if it was either of them individually, I might have had a chance to 1v1 and kill him. If you can even call these 1v1s, they're not really, are they? I'm watching here because if someone crosses, that's pretty shit. But I might be too slow. Now my guys are dying. We have to really play. We have to not make a single mistake now, and we would win the game, but I don't need to take glyph or anything on that because the pressure is unnecessary. We will glyph on the lava font so that we get the quick rally there so that the Revenant doesn't make a play. This guy I'm expecting projectile shots, so I went back to Earth because I'm waiting for the Earth 2. And I'll do this to kill the pet. We're going to kite around this How did he just walk over that freely and comfortably? I don't understand. So that's fine. Final shielding saves us there. I'm not going for the pile driver. He pressed F2. So that's fine. If I had lightning flash, we'd score a kill right now. But I don't. I'm going to cancel cast that. We'll take another one in a second. We'll scare him with that. Maybe bait a dodge. Oh! Oh, that was so good. The possibilities. I didn't realize the possibilities. We'll take full cap again. We're actually starting to win. He dodged, panic dodged, and hit the wall, stunning him, which meant that I got the full 20% buff from Tempest defense there. Oh shit, I'm not using my eyes. I need to leave. We'll go back and we'll punish him in a second.
You've lost life.
We'll do this at max range, perfect max range. We kind of have to. He blinked through it, which is pretty annoying. We have to utilize this stuff perfectly, by the way. The static field back up. We got random point-blank shot from across the map, which interrupt our static field, which means we can't shake them off. We're also massively outnumbered here because my team took for about a year on close. So now I die, giving them the acceleration. If nobody gets on that node, then we lose the game. They didn't get on the node in time. I don't know what they're doing. He's going shield. Terrible play right now. I know I made a similar mistake on a recent game, but honestly, unfathomably bad play. We got the Thief saved their bad play in mid. If they hadn't made that bad play in mid, we would be winning the game right now. But because they have this cap, they're going to win the game. Also, this guy's about to give them 5 points. Unless we've scored some downs. It's over, yeah. So, like, sort of some lunacy towards the end there. I'm playing Staff Ellie, so it doesn't matter, but hopefully some insights into you guys. Did we just lose a 4v5, or did he quit really quickly? Did we lose a 4v5? I love this timeline, though. Look at this. Look at this. We're comfortably in the lead, they're comfortably in the lead, and then at the end, a mad scramble. That's like a perfect game. That looks fucking cool. Imagine seeing that timeline on an actual tourney. That's like hype. And look at the space out of the deaths and stuff as well. That's really cool. WP, I told you in party chat earlier, I just started Guild Wars 1. Any tips for the learning my first playthrough? I would recommend you do prophecies first, because it will really slowly sort of ease you into the game. What I wanted to do when I wasn't looking at that rev, that could have all gone a lot better, but I was more preoccupied with Mesmer kill. I wanted to see the pile driver hit with the full Tempest defense. It was over here. So that was only a 12k one. We've seen higher without that. But that was a pretty good one. WP, you are never using water slot. Is it normal? Personal challenge? So what you need to understand is rotating into water is only really strong as a sustain option when you're water specialized, because you get this trait here, Healing Ripple, which means it's like a mini heal when you go in, and then you can utilize other stuff. I'm not water specialized at all, so it really just comes down to the skills that are there. And as far as I can tell so far, there's nothing particularly interesting. So he Warhorn forward me in the middle of the pile driver, so I can't do anything now. Not that I would have anyway, because I just got rid of all my most powerful traits, and then he put me in combat immediately, which is annoying, but hey. That's what you get for trying to show people off on the stream. So yeah, that's kind of the situation there. The skills themselves, I mean, maybe there's some good ones. Monsoon. I tried this before, but look, it's really low damage. I don't see what's good about that. The devs really put a lot of non-skills on Weaver. Just 0 skills. They just don't do anything. Pressure Blast. It violently explodes if it hits the ground or strikes an enemy, healing allies and damaging foes. Like, this is just kind of weird hybrid, do flat damage while healing. Like, who's doing that in the game at the moment? I'll go one more. I want one more. We'll start Path of Fire in a second. So what? And then the Water Earth is the only one I think I might like, which is this, right? It's quite a lot of packets of damage, so the damage you're reading on there is pretty high. Cripple, which complements the chill that you get from here. So both of these together is actually quite a lot of CC out. It should weaken, but is this a bug? Why hasn't it got weakness listed on that? Is that a bug? Will it actually do the weakness? It's just not listed on the tooltip. Yeah, it does do the weakness. So it'll weaken every pulse. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty cool skill. to use both of those together. But yeah. Who do we want to see? Let's try that Scourge there. Ready? Yeah, 12k. It's not bad.
Searing flesh from bow.
That was a one shot. Let's look over here, by the way. So we're looking at 12k pile drive with a 5k lightning rod. So we're looking at about 16,000 damage. And then the arcane blast is another 5 on top. That puts us to about the range of what most people's full health bar is. This guy is finding it interesting that we're a Staff Ellie in PvP. He probably sees the platinum tag next to me as well and thinks I'm like serious. You thought chill and cripple don't stack? There's a maximum minimum amount. Yeah, that does work. Maximum minimum amount of speed you can get, I think. But like, if they have swiftness, then they make up for some of the cripple, which then the chill can regain again. I think it's like that. I think. As soon as WP notices my messages, what am I doing? Oh, hey Boots, how's it going, man? What's up, bro? We're just starting a stream off here. What are people saying? You can't, yeah, you can't dodge. I think you can dodge the earth wall, but not static fields. Isn't that it? Yeah, he dodged into the static field and got CC'd with it. Oh yeah, I want to blow people's brains out sounds pretty bad. What have I missed, Boots? What have I missed? How's it going, man? It's good to see you. You don't need to use skills. Boots, I don't know whether you've been here for very long on the stream, so let me just be very clear to Boots and anyone else who's just tuned in. This is a terrible build. This is not good. I'm just doing it for a laugh, okay? Staff Ellie is not serious. Nobody, especially you, Boots, nobody come away from this stream believing that Berserker Staff Ellie is anything but a joke. Nothing much, you just asked when's the next BBB. Yeah, when is the next BBB? What? I can't even remember what you were planning for the next BBB. All I play is terrible. I think the Mirage pre-patch was extremely strong, and I showed that off on stream. I think the Hollow builds I've shown off is strong. I thought the Scourge I showed off was strong. I think Firebrand I showed off was strong. But Fresh Air Ellie is sort of a bit of a joke, and this is a 100% joke. Probably Kylo's the most interesting here, but none of these. Oh, actually, Skyhammer was really good. So just to be clear, guys, earlier we 1v2'd on Farpoint with this build on Skyhammer, so maybe I should have voted for that. Check my DMs, you bum. Oh, on Twitter. Dude, I'm using so little Twitter lately. Yes, I will. Oh, did you DM me about the next episode? Ooh, guys, Boots Bad Builds might be returning. Ooh. Oh my god, we got a sub. Thank you so much to Elios. It's good to see you. I've got a confession to make. I used my Prime sub on someone else this month. Oh. What? Who is it? I feel like I've just been cheated on. I don't know whether I'm comfortable with you at the stream anymore. You've been watching other people on Twitch.tv. Other people? Really? I'm not sure I'm happy with this. I felt guilty. Well, rightly so. So here's some real money. Please forgive me, Teo. So I don't know whether I've got it in myself to forgive you. I don't know, man. Anyway, in all seriousness, thanks very much. That's super cool of you as well to go for a regular sub. That is super cool, honestly. And Vash Stampede. I wonder how much money Twitch earns just because of guilt tripping people like that. How do I cheat on you? Yeah, Vash, it's good to see you as well. All right, so some of our little perch spots. I mean, we're really limited on this map. I think this is no blink, but obviously it's not a great obstruct. The posts aren't great obstructs. This is alright to kite through, but not particularly... is reshade on? Yeah. But not particularly, like, good to fire back through. Soon. This is good, but can be blinked to, so it's only good for, like, melee trained characters. You can't hang around on the hedges or anything anymore. On the roads, there's plenty to kite around, but, yeah, I don't know about the rest here. I'm glad that my range is going close. I need a good perch on mids. And I need to hope
Hold on
nobody will
your
come to me.
points. Seize theirs.
But Kylo is one of those maps where,
I feel strong.
I don't know, people are okay. I'm actually going to opt to start with Pyroclastic Meteor Shower. We will not pile drive on the open on this one. We're going to start with this. Alright, let's just do it this way. We'll go air. Because this gives us the static field. Look, they're coming already. So we static field there.
Capture.
Oh! Oh my god, Signet Stone. Come on, man. And it's still up. It's still up. It's still up. It's still up. Maybe we kill him when he runs past this. I can't do anything now. Oh, he got Signet. He survived on what? Maybe like 10 health? And he's Signet Stoned after, so the entire kill goes away. They're rally botting now. Oh. Okay, we got that. That's fine. Just in time for Meteor Shower to come back up. I'm actually going to undercast, which is going to hit this guy. And is it another Staff Ellie? He's running the glyph. Dude, are you watching the stream? Who is this? Who is this guy? Who is this? Someone on stream is running a Staff Ellie and he sniped the queue. Where is he? I'm going to pile drive him. Get back here.
Clock tower captured.
Oh, I fell. This is it. Oh, baby. Oh, they're rallying. Can you stop, please? He's almost dead again. We're going to rally on him, just by the way.
Strong.
Oh, what? He's up again. Oh, no, of course he is. Well, I went fully out of position. You rally botted majorly, and someone else did as well. It was an easy mid-win, but once again, our team's dying too quick. Go Treb, I'll be more useful. Listen, I hit harder than a Treb. No, Tornado is far worse for the... What this is ham on boots is like cleaving bodies and stuff and blowing people up. And FGS is way better for that. Tornado, I would just like limply stand on the nodes and do a bit of like knock around and then they'd kill me because I'm so squishy. I know I get extra vitality, but this has more synergy with the style of ham we're going for. There. That must have been the Vapor Form bug. That must have been the Vapor Form bug. We did not just kill him through his downstate. I think that was the Vapor Form bug from the previous kill. I think... I think that's what I saw there. We just experienced what Guild Wars 2 would be like with no downstate there. Wow. I don't want that node. They can get it. I don't care. Oh, he's back. Oh my god, he's killed us. He's killed us. Okay, the stack is gone. That was pretty cool, dude. I'll have to remember to do that. Oh, I was wrong achievement. Weaver, life. This is fine. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Tower captured.
Ready? Ah, missed. Obstructed. Slight obstruct. It's not about the obstruct, it was about the timing. If I'd been quicker, I would have got him right as he came up and he was still vulnerable on the road.
You'll melt away.
Oh, this is great. Can you imagine doing a queue where everyone is running this build? I want to see a tourney where it's only people running this build. The positioning and stuff would be mental. Like, how cagey people would play would just be ludicrous. And I mean, exactly this build. In fact, maybe even take Arcane Blast off.
Captured the mansion.
That's all you can run. I'm actually taking back cap here, which... I don't know. Whoever comes on spawn, we might... We're all of our cooldowns are perfect right now to do a ridiculous nuke, so... I'm going to precast Glyph to keep the swiftness. We've got like over a minute now, so we're fine. This is me playing to win, not me playing for fun right now, which is not the idea of the stream. Here, who's this? Oh, it's this guy. Should we try it again? We'll have to be more sneaky than that though, because otherwise he can free cast on us on the wall. All right, we're gonna try it.
I summoned the power of Milan.
Yes, we got it. We got it. Pyroclastic, go on. Res your friend. Res him. Res him. Not me. No, go away. He's too smart. Oh god, the other Ellie's here. Oh no, we're fucked. We're fucked. We can FGS back into them for the cleave. Oh, it didn't work. I should have looked. I don't have super speed anymore. I can't get away. We're too YOLO. Heal, heal, heal. We got it.
Seriously.
The Mesmer's hurting. No fresh air, so we can't reset and get the discharge. Yeah, Warrior just following us around and killing us. Tornado combat. No, dude, it's not a thing. I promise, Boots. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. I'm sure you can get some nice bursts if you're perfectly inside their hitbox and you use it is the 4, right? But it's not really, it's not as good as just dropping an FGS 5 and then whirling through it, which you'll evade through as well. And you have the mobility to move out as well.
Reap the whirlwind.
He died to retail. He didn't have Aegis when I started that ability.
I may not survive.
Oh, it's this guy again. Oh, wait. We're in unranked, man. Let me have some fun. Watching very carefully who's where. The Mesmer's the target, obviously.
Clock tower captured.
So the Mesmer was down, but now he's back up. I'm going to pile drive this other Glyph Ellie. No, we have to cancel cast. Oh, the Mesmer. We got two. This is like the Cold War right now. This is really bad. There, that's it. We got it. Run. Use this. Yeah. Oh, get fucked, mate. They're both dead. Oh, hello. Sorry, I thought you wanted to fight. I don't understand what happened there, man. I don't know, man. I guess Starfelly is broken. Thief on the cleanup crew as well. Alright, that's good. Yeah, let's do this one as well. Oh, okay, so he popped his signet. Too late, though. We're going to reflect because he's on his bow. I was trying to immob there and just get away. His signet's out.
Clock tower
Undercast. And the static. Static would be so good if he walked into it right now. Nope. We do own CT. That's probably a kill. Yeah. With the lava font as well. I don't need to be on that node. The other Ellie. I don't want to get one shot. Please. He's charging. Oh, he blinked. We got the. We didn't even need to dodge, I think. But he was definitely charging pile driver there. Definitely. Let's see what he thinks of it. Ow! What the balls was that? All right. Cleave that. Cleave it. We can't even. They need to be on the ground for longer, really, because we're not getting really any stationary target opportunities. So we're gonna meet you out on the node for when the Mesmer goes to the decap. Oh, he's not moving. Oh, this is just so fun. All right, we pile drive. It was a non-crit 3k hit. It was like nothing. It was pathetic. So that guy's down. Hopefully he doesn't rally. The Mesmer. We have to pull out now because the warrior. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Please, no. Okay, he drops down and then we blink back up.
Searing flesh from bones.
So we're perfectly safe. Thief taking decap. I like that. Come on, man. Okay, he knows that I'm going to do that, I think, which is why he's playing really passively. So he goes onto the node. That's fine. We might even blow up the guard here. We'll go for the guard pile driver. Yeah, the guard absolutely deleted. No, we were deleted after the death. Oh, I'm on their end, not mine. I thought this was my spawn. Oh my god, he's going for the blood res. I'm in the lava font. I could vapor out, but oh god, the meteor shower. I'm gonna force him to move if I have to here. Oh, that's not a meteor shower. What was that he was casting? Oh, it feels bad, man, doesn't it? Get the warrior kill. Oh, he evaded. The lightning flash kill didn't go. He's reflecting, so we can't use that now. There it is. So I need to get off the node though, because the Ellie's like around. Don't care about decap. What team are we? Yeah, we're blue. We're actually winning this. Okay. Guardian. I kind of want to go for that Guardian again because he just absolutely exploded. But this Ellie, this is so cool. All right, wait. Go on, take full cap, man. You got this. You got this, Salagel. You got this. No. Stay. You've got it. Look, it's really important you full cap that node. It's really important. Okay, what's he going to do? He's pile driving my friend. He got the one shot on my friend. Oh, and he got a supreme dodge. What a hero. He's going to undercast now. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, dudes. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, oh, good. You're a thief. Well done. Oh, my God. He's FGS. I think we've got this, though. No! Point blank shot. Why? Calm down. That's it. Whoa. This is pretty spicy right now. This is pretty spicy. The arcane shield. Who's this? Please be aware, giant. Come now. Come. Hello. Look, deaths and things. No. Why? Can you just, like, make sure that the Soul Beast doesn't
Enemy
come and finish
captured
her
the
off?
clock tower.
What a wingman. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, God, I don't have anything. I'm dead. I'm dead again. Yeah, he's taking it stoned early. What a hero. No! I got wombo comboed. Oh, that's like getting impact strike to death. That's so bad.
The windmill.
Oh, they're pulling it back, guys. Azura Parathia is not going to be able to hold it. He should have been Tornado, not FGS. I spent a long time, I don't know, I've been playing a lot of quite bursty alley lately, Boots, and I spent a long time experimenting with the 3 viable elites. And I tried really hard with Tornado for a lot of games. So I might be sounding a bit like matter-of-fact and arrogant there, but it was a lot of games trying with Tornado. And overall, I find FGS is better for cleaving bodies. Like, in nearly all situations. Whenever the Tornado was good, you tend to find that the FGS would have also been good. And the FGS affords you, like, faster rotations in some situations. Here we go. He might not have seen. No, Catagos. We kill all these pets. We take out the petting zoo. We're not going to glyph until we go for the burst. The burst is what's important. Oh, my God. Did we kill him? I think we might have killed him. Who's this? All right, this one. He's stealth, but we can still hit him. Okay, he wasn't stealth. We still hit him. No, don't stomp. It's a Mesmer, man. It's a Mesmer. Welcome to Guild Wars 2 PvP. Now he's been search and rescued. Do some pressure. Sort your life out. There we go. We got the counter cleave anyway. All right, there you go.
Your team is victorious.
Oh, my lordy, lord. Okay, I've had my fill of pile driving. Again, if people want to play this utter joke of a build that nonetheless is quite entertaining, I guess with Tempest Defense and Lightning Rod, it would be stronger as a cleaving combo, definitely. Yeah, and neither of those traits are worthwhile at all for the rest of the game. So I get what you mean. Since I'm running those, Tornado is better now. I hadn't thought of that. Since I am running these, this would be quite funny with Lightning Rod. You are right. So in that sense, it's got synergy with it. You just got 2-shotted by an Ellie. I have 26 HP. Yeah, no Scholar Runes because I wanted the precision to make sure we were actually getting the pile drives. Scholar Runes would have been quite funny. Probably, if you think... you might have actually noticed a couple of these bursts, they've survived with 0 health bar, but they're alive, and then it gives them the signet or whatever. Scholar Runes would have pressured through that, definitely. So I don't know. Maybe Scholar Runes are a better idea. But I like the Fury that this gives as well. Otherwise, our only Fury is, like, from Raging Storm on this build. I mean, that is it. We could run this, but getting to the Earth Aura is annoying. And we could run this and get Fury on rares and stuff, but I don't know. All right, well, there you go. Anyway, so yeah, if people want to run this, the variant I was expressly running here was Pack, Berserker, Exposure and Separation, and I was Air, Arcane, Weaver. Same Weaver traits as Fresh Air. Same Arcane traits as Fresh Air, actually. But Air is a little bit different. Air, instead of running Fresh Air, we take Lightning Rod. Instead of taking Aeromancer's Training, we take Tempest Defense. And instead of taking one with Air, we take Ferocious Winds. That's what you were watching there. There's a lot of different ways to make this viably a meme. If you want to go even stupider, yeah, probably Scholar Runes. And as Boots said, actually, Tornado, if you're playing this build, you're playing for fun and a bit of a different experience. So Tornado would probably provide that for you a little bit more. I was running Glyph because you don't want to be fucking about with Aether Renewal. You want to counter burst and you want to get things done. And the extra protection that you get from it's nice. The Condi builds, you're probably going to one-shot anyway. But, I mean, it depends how seriously we want to actually go into Clearcraft on this. So anyway, there you go. That's what I was running. And we will continue playing later. I've been losing for ranked, so maybe eventually I'll play it in ranked. I'm only 50 now. So rest in peace to that. But we'll see how we do.
I call upon the storm's power.
What's so meme about this build? It's just trash in PvP. Well, it's not just trash. It has moments where it's extraordinarily powerful. That's what makes it a joke build. It does actually have perks to it in unranked. It's a joke in that if you play it in ranked, you'll just instantly die all the time, and anyone with half a brain can counter it. But if people don't notice it, it can perform extremely well. That's what makes it a joke. It's not just trash, and I think you're a fool to suggest so. Different? You mean Staff, Ellie isn't everyone's go-to OP? Is that a joke, Richard Egg? This is terrible. This is really bad build. Nobody runs Staff in PvP at the moment, unless the only variants of Staff that you'll actually see people trying are Tempest support Staff builds, which play completely differently to this. But they'll be like Tempest, and they'll be going on Staff there. So that's the main place you'll actually see Staff in PvP. Listen, when it's not monsters, when it's other players you're fighting against, you realize these fields and things are just bad. Which is interesting because Pile Driver sort of supplements that experience, you know. This is the complete opposite of fields that you can kite out of. How did the stream go? Well, the one earlier, we were just dicking about doing different things, talking about Reshade. This one, we're going to be playing some Path of Fire. We're going to be playing some Spellbreaker, and I'm going to be recording it, and we're going to be taking notes for our series later. I'm about to advertise the stream. I don't really get many viewers or expect many viewers while we're doing PvP, but when we get into the story stuff in a second, it should be like a normal stream again. So it should be pretty fun. So yeah, let's do that. I guess I'll just chat with you guys for a second. I'll go back to the Burnisher Quarry. You just tried this with Scholar Rune. This is cancelled so many levels. I mean, the fun thing about that build is the Pile Driver combo expressly. That only really exists because of Glyph now, which was a very recent buff. Glyph really doesn't slot into any other playstyle for Elementalist in any other format. But if you're playing that, I guess for a World versus World snipey supported thing, that might be fun as well. That's the one place the new Glyph buff will actually do something for you. Yeah, episode 1 of season 4 is the only episode that's out so far. Yes, that's true. Oh, no crit. Feels bad, man. Just half of the Cyclone Axe hit harder than the Eviscerate in the end. Hey chat, anyone know any beginner-friendly PvP builds? Just reinstalled when I'm looking to try some. You should try out Scourge. It's a very beginner-friendly build, extremely effective. Curse's Scourge is where I'd start, and then you could try Blood Scourge a little bit afterwards, which has more team support and will sort of introduce you to some other areas of the game. And then you can specialize even further and try some other builds. You can play some skirmishing builds. You can play some side point builds like Warrior or Druids. You can get a feel for what kind of gameplay is your jam after that, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Scourge is definitely a great place to start with PvP. So there's a website called Meta Battle that's pretty out of date and pretty bad actually at the moment, as far as PvP is concerned. But it has the Scourge builds on there at least, because they've been fairly established since Path of Fire came out a few months ago.
Refreshing.
Oh, is this the boss again? If we attack him, does it trigger the event? It does. Wow. I didn't realize they had the tech for that. That's kind of cool. Let's see if we can fight him this time. We need to actually land these full counters, though. So if I walk into this, I can get an easy one. Wow, what an explosive fight that was. He actually downed me in the final Eviscerate. He does tons of damage. I might actually die here because these fields are really deadly. 12 poison. Jesus Christ. I don't even think he has any Condi damage. Meta Battle gets updated every day. Wow, it seems slow. I don't know whether anyone cares about PvP over there because it seems slow for that. Raiding, I'm sure it's fine, but there's a big chunk of the community that cares about raiding as opposed to TPVP stuff at the moment, which is a bit of an unfortunate situation to be in, but it's true. So we will run wins again here.
Steady your mind.
Don't know where that stun came from, but fine. I guess they just have... Oh, we're not going to full counter it. Alright, I played this one badly as well here, but it's fine. We can heal, full counter, and that'll probably kill him. Yeah, especially if we'd crit on the Wastrel's demise. How was that not in range of Abyss?
I can feel Bear's power.
Hell yeah, baby. Am I in Heart of Thorns maps? Yeah, this is the first expansion that I'm in right now. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit distracted here. Yeah, this is the first Heart of Thorns map. Sorry, this is the first expansion called Heart of Thorns. It's the second map of the expansion. And it's one of the most beautiful places in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, we're going to go to Path of Fire in just a second, Tillian. You've been running D&D, and you've actually been making more adventures than your friends get a chance to play. I think I really like the design aspect. Maybe you should become a game designer then. Or a fantasy writer.
Refreshing.
I don't know. Here's a weird childhood memory of mine. It's quite a personal memory. I don't really like offering personal anecdotes to people too much when I'm online or whatever. But here's something I used to do when I was younger with my little brother, because he was the only person who would actually put up with my shit long enough to do it. I used to go to MS Paint on like Windows 95. I used to go to MS Paint and I would draw a scene of like a house or whatever. And you know, like it would be like a top-down perspective of like a floor plan of a house, or it would be like a side-on perspective of like a level of Super Mario or something. And I draw on it a ton of different items and stuff in MS Paint. And then I'd get my younger brother to like look at the image, and like he would have to draw with the paintbrush like a single long continuous line that represented like him, his player, his character, whatever. And he'd have to go to certain items and things to be able to beat the level. And then once he beat it, he'd go through to the next screen. And sometimes you'd have to go from one screen to the next screen, back to the... I've done that too early. Back to the earlier one and whatnot. And it was terrible. It was like make your own adventure style thing. And I could tell it used to bore the hell out of him. But I used to get such a kick out of making those and making him go through them. Kind of funny to look back on, actually. What build on the Spellbreaker? This is just like stack as many damage modifiers as you can. This is what I'm running at the moment. I built this yesterday. And it's pretty goddamn deadly, as you can see. Stop shitting me. I did the exact same thing just with pen and papers. And it was the fucking shit. Your brother sucks. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just him. He sucked less than everyone else. All my mates and my other brother who wouldn't indulge me in it. So at least he did it. But yeah, I used to build all of these. I have a very distinct memory of wanting to build the next one and being like, oh yeah, I'll do another one. And him just really not being into it. And being like, okay. You think Spellbreaker needs a trait that gives them boons? Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting far enough in Path of Fire that the Awakened have boons so I can rip them and actually do something with my life. Do you think we can solo this? This will be quite tricky because he's just going to roll on us and stuff. And we're not going to be able to break that break bar. Oh, we might be able to, actually. We do a lot of break bar. I used my thing and I couldn't cancel cast with a dodge. We're going to be really cautious about our positioning if we are going to solo this. So we have to full counter that one. Can maybe get the full Axe 5 in. No, I'm not going to be able to do this because you'd have to use all your dodges and full counters correctly. But you'd have to dodge that, dodge the next one, and then full counter. And then dodge. You'd have to do it like this, I guess. Making sure you're attacking enough to get your adrenaline back. We'll drop the banner now. Actually, this isn't too hard. As long as nobody comes and messes this up.
I'm ready.
We can do some weapon swaps in a second as well, once I get a little bit more comfortable here. We'll do one more cycle. So a full counter. We'll heal. Messed it up. I tried to get this in time. Didn't get it. Full counter. No! Oh my god, we made it. It's okay. We're not going to get this full thing. Oh god, he turned. My bad. So now we're like completely... Yeah. That's probably really easy, but you have to just be very consistent with it. The second I weapon swapped, I sort of messed it up because I made him turn. Yeah, it's War Beast armor. Yeah, the Spellbreaker attacks are really cool. I think it's really good. I think this is some of the best, like, gameplay, like, that represents Guild Wars 2 that exists, actually. I think it's really, really, really good. All right, Path of Fire. I'm going to unlist the video. I'm going to advertise the stream. And we will get this show on the road, shall we? So let's start off. Let's start off with the Lily this time. And we'll get this Let's Play rolling. So we'll public that. Okay. We'll tweet, and then we'll go to YouTube, Discord as well. Okay. So we'll get like another 1 or 2 instances done at least, and we'll see how this goes. So what else? Guild Wars 2 efficiency stat: 963 of 140,877 have done the War Beast collection. Sorry. So only 960 people in the entire game have got this armor. Finished the whole collection. Only 900 people. Wow. On Guild Wars 2 efficiency. That is 0.6% of the game's population. Wow. I think I'm going to head off. Thanks for the Staff Ellie versus Staff Ellie fights. If that was you, Worden, that's very cool, man. I'm glad that you had some fun. So it'll be nighttime, noon. I think that's alright for the footage, isn't it? We don't want to wait for it to be day again, do we? It was night in the footage before. Oh, the bonus event, the Choya is about to spawn. Let's fight the Choya. Watching WP at work. Wow, I'm going to tell your boss, man. Gonna get in trouble. Okay, here's the Choya. Full banner. Oh, he's all the way over there. Oh, we're going to walk out of the banner range then, aren't we? Okay, we're going to go for a Wastrel's Demise with Mage Bane and everything up once his thing's down. Boom, there it is. 20k. Beautiful. We probably didn't have all the might we could have had. Man, you get so much adrenaline in Zerg fights. Holy shit. This must be what it's like raiding on this as well. I've never raided on this build. I only just set it up. I'm only just getting into Spellbreaker. We're missing all of our stuff. We need to be closer. Are we missing all of our stuff? I think we were. We gonna get the confetti? Rainbow cake? Oh, it's my favorite. All right.
Well done.
Bounty Hunter medium is great. I really like the Bounty Hunter heavy as well. We'll swap to Bounty Hunter probably on the next map in the chapter 2. We'll probably do it in that order.
Refreshing.
So where should we start this little series off? Let's start it off. That's all fine. Audio's okay. We'll start off at my favourite place in Amnoon, which is the giant water ball. A little slice of Divinity's Reach away from home, this feels like. I still don't really know what that's referencing, but okay. Alright, so recording begins now. Alright, cool. So our next task is to catch up with Captain Rahim at the Amnoon Cavalier Station. So we did get that mail as well, telling us to speak to that other person, but it's not too important. So we got our Raptor still. It's not quite the default Raptor, but yeah, we've still got him, so we can ride around on him, but we cannot ride around on the other mounts.
Arriving, the council won't need to beg Joko to defend us.
What are you talking about? Our council's kept the city free all these years. Why would they betray us now? You've been listening to too much of Zalambur's nonsense. Any good he manages to do is just for public relations. We have to trust in Iman and our council.
Your family and friends lost your homes to the sandstorm, and she's yet to do anything for any of you.
Our situation can wait. There are others in greater need right now.
That noble sounds very nice and well-reasoned. WP, I mentioned this question a few times, but do you think episode 6 would have been better if we would have went to Ascalon? The Ascalonian spirits could make amazing introduction to the Forge.
Of Amnoon, your council needs you. To address our recent population explosion, the philanthropist Zalambur has pledged funding for new public housing. Stone is being quarried in the north for this project, despite hazardous working conditions posed by Choya. Come speak with me for more information.
Oh, thanks for the resub there, Arid Gaming. Thanks very much. There would have been a good introduction. I'm not really a fan of Balthazar going to Arad to tell a ghost to take care of my room. I don't know. I think it could have been. I think it could have been workable. Maybe you're right. Actually, another thing that Ascalon could have done, it could have worked a little bit of Carla. Maybe it could have been a little bit of talk about Carla, just so it feels a little bit more organic having the renegade thing. But I mean, that's a fairly minor perk. But it would have been one. Also, could have reminded us a bit more of Ritlock. You could have got more of the Char side of things. And, you know, when Ritlock was away in custody and stuff, that could have felt a bit better. All right, hello, Raheem.
Sorry for the gate earlier. I get all kinds of people in here, and the stories they tell to get inside. Not that I blame them, but the city can only take so many before bursting. So, I take it you're here for Balthazar.
I am. I'm looking for a place to start. Any information you have would be helpful.
Well, your guildmates are being hosted by the chief counselor at the Civic Center. She can fill you in about the state of the city and the surrounding area. And she might know something about Balthazar, too.
Sounds good. Anything from the ground level? Someone who's dealt with him or his army firsthand?
My deputy Ayub is at the camp run by Comir's priesthood. The refugees there may be of help. And then there's... How do you feel about getting a little lower than ground level to find what you want? I have a deputy assigned to the local smugglers, the Hamasine. Name a case. Not so sure he's mine anymore. But you might seek him out, if you don't mind walking on that side of the line, of course.
I think I can stomach it.
You'll find them at the casino. Tread lightly.
Okay, so we learn about the Hamasine, smugglers, criminals in the undercity of Amnoon. He had a deputy, but he doesn't even know if he's working for the right side anymore. It sounds like there was going to be a response for the player in this conversation. Like, do you mind getting dirty? And then there's just no response, and then he just keeps talking. But yeah, so Raheem gives us 3 options. I love this. I think this is so smart. I think this is so clever what the devs did here. I think POF is really shining by doing this. I wish more of the game did it, and I want to see more of this in Living World. We get a choice of where we want to go next. And it's kind of like I talked about with Core Story, how that moment where you first get to Lion's Arch feels good because it's like there's 3 stories going on all at once. Or it feels like, very clear emphasis on feels like. So this is pretty good. It's day as well. This is really good. This footage is going to be awesome for people. So which one do we want to go to? Kai? Do we want to check out Iman, the counselor? Or do we want to go to Deputy Ayub in the Marifa refugee camp? No code or anything. Just someone tell me in chat. And also, people talking about episode 6. Yeah, I agree that episode 6 is still a very good episode. It just felt a bit disjointed. That's all, really. It was just quite clearly, like, concepted quite late. So, Casino second, you're saying? Most people are saying go to the deputy. Alright, so we'll go to the deputy. So the deputy on our minimap is over here. I think I went to the counselor first on my original playthrough, which felt pretty good, because if you do the counselor last, I think you, like, go there and then you go there again immediately or something, and it just feels a bit odd. Hey, Kai. So this is with the imprisoned Asura up there and all the beautiful sounds. They honestly did so good with this. It's a shame that the game itself doesn't encourage people to treat Amnoon as a city or whatever and spread out. And like, if this game was just structured ever so slightly differently, its MMO qualities would really shine. Beautiful. Anyway, so hi, Kai.
What do you want?
You case?
Maybe. Who's asking?
Captain Rahim sent me. He's under the impression that you have access to Hamasine's network.
Yeah? He's wrong. So beat it.
Listen carefully, friend. I'm here to kill the god of war. Don't think I won't swat any flies that get in my way.
Well, if that's your angle, then you need Zalambur. He runs things. He is the Homicides Network. He's usually in his office in the casino, but he's a very busy man.
I'm sure he'll spare a few moments for me.
Alright, so Zalambur, the leader of the smugglers and whatnot. Okay, so we go to the casino, we check it out. I still have never actually played Casino Blitz or whatever the hell it's called. Tornado, is it? Can you imagine if the episode 6 mastery comes back on new maps? I think it would lag the servers or whatever, so I don't think we'll actually see them do it, but it would be interesting. Because I think the gameplay behind that was actually really... There was like a kernel of something very cool in it. The way it got players to gather together and use stuff and share things. So yeah, we go to his office, which is in the back of the casino. I want to show off so much. I don't know how these videos are going to work. I don't know how it's going to work. I like streaming it on Twitch, and I think it's really cool, and I kind of want to do a comprehensive thing on Twitch here. I may as well, right? If this is going to be a playlist, if this is going to be a series. So like up here, you got all of this. You get all these characters you can speak to. I may as well take my time with it, right? And we may as well have fun. But I feel like on Twitch, you don't get the full resolution quality. You don't get the full, you know, 1440/60. You're only on 900p. And the bitrate probably feels a bit crappy. And if you put it to highest, a lot of you guys won't even be on source. I don't know. When you get chat and stuff on screen, it sort of ruins it a bit, doesn't it? You get the Order of Shadows here. We can bet on the Choya. Should we bet on a Choya? Actually, I can't be bothered to do that. Get the new ogres. These guys will look pretty cool. Some patrons. So yeah, we get these dealers. Sandstorm. It's basically just ecto gambling, but slightly different, right? Yeah, it's a shame the chef mastery is account bound. It's a shame it all is, isn't it, really? So this is his office. I feel like that door should be closed in the open world version. But there it is. Humandor says, no conversation while this donation goes through. I'm catching your donations, man. Have you noticed? I'm getting better at it.
New customers.
You must be Zalambur.
I am. My friends, let's adjourn for now. In the meantime, my casino is yours. Enjoy the Grand Sahil's many luxuries.
Yeah, I agree, Costage. It was really cool to see them.
A few more minutes of dealing with those smugglers. For this, I owe you. But next time, make an appointment.
Maybe I should explain why I'm here.
Oh, I know why you're here, Commander. What I don't know is what it's got to do with me. Elonian wine?
I'll pass.
You sure? It's not poisoned or anything.
I'm offended, Zalambur. You've never once offered me wine.
Ah! I present to you Archon Iberu of the Morden Crescent. Archon, the commanders come to us all the way from Lion's Arch. Our friend here was once a Sunspear who opposed Joko, but it amuses His Majesty to break and domesticate his enemies.
Careful, Zalambur. As I'm sure you're aware, Chief Counselor Iman invited me here to discuss military aid for Amnoon. It's vital to King Joko's interest that this alliance goes through. Amnoon is among the last of the holdouts, and now I hear you've been voicing your dissent.
Archon, for the sake of our guest, might we drop the innuendo and get to the point?
You're right. Here's the point.
What are you?
Don't. Upon the next meeting of the council, your lapdog counselor will have a sudden change of heart.
Please.
He will argue for this alliance and compel his colleagues to do the same. He will further King Joko's ambitions for the area. Do you understand? You've built a marvelous casino, Zalambur. My troops have been enjoying it. And now, they will enjoy raising it to the ground. Awaken!
So, there's so much to talk about. I guess we'll just start fighting.
It's unwise to intervene in our affairs.
I'm full of unwise ideas, but protecting the living from an undead army isn't one of them.
Beat your chest all you like. Zalambur, don't make me.
So I love that. I love the beat in your chest. I love how he specifically speaks to us. I always get a kick out of us being referred to as Outlander. I was originally disappointed in this scene because my impression of the Awakened was that they weren't going to be as bluntly, blatantly evil, and then immediately in the first scene where it feels like there's a bit of political intrigue, they just very clearly like subvert it all and say, no, this is about them being threatened. And I get the point. The point is that they want the player to be very clearly aware that the Awakened are bad. But I don't know. I feel like maybe they missed a trick. Maybe. There's also a little bit of, oh, our instances need to have combat in them. So we've got to, like, they're almost sort of have to do this big riot scene. But I like the dialogue. I like the post-processing effect that's on there as well when that actually happens. I think it's a cool setting. Interesting debuff on this guy, by the way, as well. There's an achievement to do this before anyone in the casino dies. This feels a bit weird mechanically.
Apologies for the unpleasantness, Commander. This is why I insist on appointments.
Happy to help. Mainly because now you owe me.
The fact that I'm still able to walk is a point in your favor for sure. And this time of war does make for strange bedfellows. Cormier knows I've had worse.
I'm only after Balthazar. You understand? I can't be dragged down by whatever else you've got going on.
My organization makes it possible for me to do many things. Fund public works, donate to our refugee guests, keep candle after candle burning at Cormier's temples. I never wanted to cross the Morden Crescent, but I suppose it was inevitable. I'm grateful you were here for the Archon's overture, so I'll keep an ear to the ground on your behalf.
But yeah, so we meet Archon and Beru there as well. You guys might not realize this. This was lost on me a little bit my first playthrough. But I didn't realize Beru is the guy. He becomes like, well, our utilization of his existence. Let's put it that way. To keep spoiler free. Becomes really important later. And I sort of hadn't realized that was what was going on. What's this troublemaker doing? Is he just running back? So yeah, a cool instance. Very short. Introduces us to some stuff. One of my favorite moments of Path of Fire is where we get to come back here and we get to interact with these people a little bit more. I still, though, feel like Amnoon was a little bit underutilized. I don't know whether I'll ever be happy, though, because I feel like it's such a magical, awesome world, and I want to do so many things in Tyr, and I want to be so interested. And it feels like the way that a lot of the game systems are, the open world doesn't quite tickle me, but the story itself does. So when we only get a limited number of instances in Amnoon, it's always sad. Like, I feel like I could learn a lot more about Zalambur and what's going on here. It'd be really awesome, but yeah, so Path of Fire brings us back to Amnoon for a little while, but I feel like there could have been a lot more going on. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. That's Beru. Remember, we only want Balthazar, but they're already sort of thickening the plot here. I find the start really interesting as well. Listen to this, right? Where is it? There's a ton of dialogue to go through. As I'm sure you're aware, Iman invited me to discuss military aid for Amnoon. It's vital to King Joko's interests that this alliance go through. Amnoon is among the last of the holdouts, and now I hear you've been voicing your dissent. So, it's vital to King Joko's interest that this alliance goes through. I guess we're just left to assume that Joko just wants power and land and influence, and he's just sort of grabbing it wherever he can. But it's interesting to me that you can actually hang that comment as something that might be hinting it to something more. What is Joko's scheme? Before Balthazar came here, before Krau Katarik rampaged through goddamn Alona, what is Joko's scheme? What does he want? And it's an interesting thought, isn't it, actually, that, like, yeah, he was just expanding his sphere of influence. It's vital to his interests. The idea that it's vital to his interests, it might not actually be vital, it's just the luxury of having more power, and they're saying it's vital to try and coerce the people of Amnoon. But you could actually say, no, it actually is vital because X. And what is X, I wonder? But yeah. Alright, so we'll speak to the deputy. Oh no, we'll speak to the councillor next, I guess. This is a nice dialogue-heavy one.
Hi, Commander. Your guildmates were just regaling us with tales of your adventures. You honor us, It's not every day a dragon slayer walks through our door.
The counselor must have misunderstood my part of the story, where she wouldn't be bending over backward to inflate your ego.
Well, thank you for the compliment, but this time I'm not after a dragon. I'm after Balthazar. Do you have any information on his whereabouts?
The god himself? We only know he's constantly on the move, chasing who knows what. And that Amnoon is essentially surrounded by his troops, which maybe you have some insight into. We're at a bit of an impasse. Joko's government sent representatives of the Morden Crescent to Amnoon to offer military support against the Forged.
I think I ran into those representatives at the casino. There may be fewer of them now.
The Morden Crescent may no longer be the honorable Sunspears they once were, but they would make powerful allies. And in a time like this, we need all the help we can get.
You people have history books? Open any one of them and it'll tell you short-term gains bring long-term trouble.
Brilliant what they do here.
The Chief Counselor has the right idea. We should be grateful the Morden Crescent are even considering helping us. We should fly Joko's standard and make it clear we welcome his kingdom's support.
Ah, the lapdog.
We've resisted Joko for years. I'm not about to let him waltz in. And without a fight? Never. It's nonsense. Our only option is to align ourselves with Cormyr's priesthood and the remaining Sunspears.
Allying with either side will only lead to future conflict. Amnoon has been independent, and should remain independent. And round it goes. I'd welcome any counsel you might have, Commander.
Alright, okay, so, first of all, look how good all these NPCs look. Look at how badass all these characters look. It really bums me out that I know most players played this instance like this. Like, and they didn't look, and they didn't scroll in, they didn't whatever. I mean, it's really weird, because I hated the side-by-side cutscenes, obviously. What I want is an in-game cutscene, like, dialogue implementation that allows me to just, like, I don't know, automatically bring the FOV in or something, or move me over the shoulder so I can see both. I don't know what it is, but I feel so itchy with the camera when these are going on, because they all look beautiful. It's just the game's not got camera settings or whatever that's presenting it to the players well enough. I don't know. Like, I have to work overtime to make this as fun as possible to spectate on your guys' end. Anyway, so that's one thing. We'll talk about the content of the story as well. Kosich said something before of that. The idea that Kralkatorrik moved 2 years before POF because of the desert article. Are you talking about the Zephyrite when they went there? Because that's not set... that article isn't set, like, at Heart of Thorns, which was 2 years ago. It's set, like, way before even that. I don't think that there was any... There's a suggestion that Kralkatorrik moved off... Well, no, it's a fact that he moved from Glint Slayer, yes, because the Zephyrites went there. We know that, right? We know he moved. But did he go all the way down here? I don't know whether that's true. I think that... Didn't Path of Fire establish that this was actually a very recent movement? I don't know what he did in the interim. Maybe chilling out here or something? I don't know, but I think that that's a bit rich to say that he absolutely has been here for ages. I don't think that that's right, is it? I think it's been a new thing that he came to Vabi. Ewendell says it's vital because blah, 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 blah. Joko can stage an enemy army if he need be. Yeah, but stage for what purpose? Just continuous expansion, right? That's what we're left to linger on. How much FPS do I get? My frames right now are 54, which is around the 60, which I want. It's in the path of... Oh, you're talking about a different article. Oh, okay. So that's the Road to the Desert timeline posted by Scott. Okay. All right. That's fair enough then. That's fair enough. Okay. I thought you were talking about the Zephyrite one. 1328A. One dragon's loss is another dragon's gain. Heroes killed the Elder Dragon... Jungle Dragon Morgemoth in the distant jungle. After absorbing a portion of the magic released by Morgemoth's demise, Kralkatorrik raises from its lair in the Crystal Desert and heads south towards more populated areas of the Alolan region. Does it go all the way to Vabi, though? I thought Vabi had information that was fresh, the scar there. That's pretty cool as well, then. It's interesting that they never included any of that in the Heart of Thorns end cutscene. I guess that just shows they had no idea where they're going. Flying by the seat of their pants, I think it's a good description. All right, so let's get some input from our friends. What do we vote, guys?
These people should just look out for themselves. The minute these yapping windbags let a creature like Joko into this city, they give up any hope of freedom. He might be the biggest gun around here, but what happens after the Forged are defeated? Every decision you make has a cost. In this case, all the people have to do is serve Joko forever after they die. What a deal!
You guys seem to have... I understand that Joko doesn't want dissidents around. I understand that he wants to increase his sphere of power. I understand that he would seek to do that. My point... That's obvious. Duh, that's the idea. You're not teaching me anything by saying that. My point is that they could linger on that why as something else. That's the point that I'm making. How am I not articulating that well enough? I'm not saying it is... I'm not saying it has to be something else. I'm saying that they've opened that door that it could be something else. If they had wanted to. I was pointing to that line because it was interesting what they could have done in the storytelling there. Not because that's what they were doing. Alright, Lady Casimir.
Spear Marshal Cormier was a local hero, even before she fought a fallen god and took his power. Her Sun Spears have always encouraged these people to keep fighting, even when darkness is closing in. They may be a small group now, but an alliance with the Sun Spears would be the light in the dark this city needs.
Okay, very cool. So I like Ritlock, really. I like Ritlock's perspective on all of this. And but oh yeah, so what I was going to say, amazing line there, the short-term gains thing. That's a beautiful line. That's perfect. I love that line. That encapsulates Path of Fire. That encapsulates it. And depending on how they go with Season 4, it could be a beautiful like circular thing, right? So like he says this here, short-term gains lead to long-term problems. What is Path of Fire, the expansion? It's us destroying a god and supercharging an Elder Dragon. Or the remnants of a god, or whatever, you know, we can get into the specifics. But, like, that's the idea. We take out Balthazar, but he's a short-term problem. The long-term problem is the magic imbalance. The long-term problem is the Elder Dragons, and we've just made that worse. Short-term games become long-term problems. I love that line. I think it's so good. And I think even in the party at the end, don't they sort of nod back to it, maybe? Quite explicitly for the players who might miss that.
It's easy for your Char friend to dismiss the threat we face. Joko is nobody's first choice, but we can't afford to turn down the Archon's offer. The Mordant Crescent are the only ones with the strength to ensure our survival.
Your survival? Do you want to survive as a member of Joko's awakened army?
The Sun Spear's numbers are weakened, but their involvement could still be a beacon of hope. Their order has sacrificed everything to defy Joko and the Mordant Crescent. They'll protect us from the Forged.
Amnoon must remain independent. Our doors have always been open. It's how we survived this long. The moment we pick a side, we're asking for trouble from the others.
And you, Counselor? You're awfully quiet over there.
There are no good options here. All of these plans are suicidal. I can't endorse any of them.
I really like how at the start of this dialogue, they like quite clearly say, look, Ritlock's argument sounds compelling, but... Because I think ArenaNet knows that everybody's, like, gonna lean towards Ritlock here. So, like, no, there is a real threat. I think they all make convincing arguments. I loved this instance. When I first played this, like, I had my mouth agape. Because I didn't know how they were going to pay it off. I didn't know how well they'd do that. And I learned something about myself, and I learned something about RPGs here. That as much as I have been trained through Guild Wars and other games to dislike branches in stories, as much as I've been trained to learn how you can get burned by that, the second this came up and I was playing Path of Fire, and I had no foresight, and I didn't know how it would pay off, it was a really great reminder to me of just how fun this is. At the moment of you picking, it's really fun. And I reasoned at the time that I was playing this that maybe that's all that matters. I reasoned that, you know, even if they didn't pay off on any of these very well, the chance that they might was actually really damn exciting. And I loved this instance. I thought this was really cool. So I don't know. I could use some more background information. Ask away. I'll tell whatever I can. Tell me about Amnoon's troubles. Amnoon is called the Free City for a reason. We've always done things on our own, and all are welcome here. But with the Forged and the Storm, this city's on the edge of disaster. So do you think it's finally time for Amnoon to seek aid? I'm not sure. Our independence is a point of pride. We've been recruiting Cavaliers, and maybe we could simply need to recruit more. But it may not be enough, and our people are suffering. Okay, so tell me about the Sunspears then. Well, the Sunspears were Alona's defenders. The goddess Cormier herself was once a Sunspear. I don't like this line. They're not hardcore enough with this. The goddess Cormyr herself was once the leader of the Sunspears. She was their spear marshal. She was not just a Sunspear. She was a fucking beast in life, okay? And she led these people. Like, I think that's even more profound than just saying she was one of them. Anyway, but Joko has... And it would have been a great, easy bit of opportunity to offer a bit more exposition on this woman, who later will appear in the story itself, you know? Anyway, but Joko has done everything in his power to weaken their name and number. So what can the Sunspears offer, then? Well, they may be few, but they are dedicated, and they are a symbol of resistance. The Alliance might help them rally. If we got them help from Cormyr's priesthoods as well, we could have a chance. By the way, I think this option's terrible. I would never go with this. What? Ally with the people you know the most deadly force around hates, and they have no power. You'd never do that. That's such a terrible... That's a diplomatic option that would just get you annihilated. What, just for the feel-good feelies? These people can't protect you. All you're going to do is piss off Joko more, who's a legit threat. And the reason you're seeking an alliance in the first place is to be able to counter that threat. It's insane. You would take independence over this any day, I think. I think this is like diplomatic suicide. Anyway, but it makes you feel good. You wouldn't gamble this. So what about Joko and the Awakened? Joko, one of the most powerful necromancers in the land. He sieged control of much of the desert through trickery and the force of his undead awakened army. This is like a really important line here. If you think about this, Joko's the big antagonist of contemporary Guild Wars 2. And this is it right here. This is our introduction to the man for most Guild Wars 2 players. This is it. This is your exposition on the man. So why are we even considering him? Well, there are those within his domain who love him and swear by his leadership. And his army is larger than anything we could muster. It would be a desperate act. But these are desperate times. Alright, well, lastly, just tell me about you guys. Can you actually defend yourselves? Amnoon is called the Free City, blah, 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 blah. So let's review the options. Now, just to be clear, I don't care because I have all of the things done. If anything, I'd rather see Sunspears or Awakened because it spawns the new things in the city. And they're like interesting, they got dialogue and stuff. I guess you guys can decide second fastest finger first. Tell me, will we be independent? Will we choose Joko? Will we choose the Sunspears? Second fastest finger first. The code is 93. 93. ArenaNet Stats said the fewest people picked Joko. Yeah, I picked Joko on my first playthrough, by the way. I went Joko. I just wanted to sow to in Discord. In a weird way, it was like I was testing the devs. I was like, it was a bit of a gamble. It was a bit of an out of the game moment. Where I wanted to see, like, if they're going to pay off in any way, surely the hardest one to pay off on is this. So I wanted to do this. Because I had no idea how well they were going to handle... remember, I did this first, by the way. I didn't do that bar one. So I did this, and I was like, wow, I can ally with the Awakened? Wow, they might treat them like real characters, like a real nuance, like a real force. And I got really excited and enticed by that idea. Which is why it was equally more disappointing when I then went to do the bar thing, and they were just evil immediately. And I was like, oh no, it's still pretty black and white. Anyway, so the code was 93, and second fastest finger first was Dosty. Did manage to snag it after Cell Horus, who said Sunspears. So we'll take the suicide option.
We'll fly the symbol of Cormyr and the Sunspear resistance. Amnoon will be a wellspring of hope, a light for the rest of the desert to follow.
Cormyr be praised.
Oh, good thinking. There's no way history will repeat itself when this is all over.
I'm inspired already.
King Joko will make sure we regret this decision. You just killed us all!
The Sunspears are a liability. They need our help more than we need theirs.
A moment, Commander?
Alright. Ajul said, I don't think I agree about the minimum they did for introducing Joko. I think the entire campaign, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is that this is the start. I'm saying that's the first line. That's the first, like, very explicit thing of who is Joko. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's all they did. I'm not saying they did a minimum job. None of that was a critique. It was just interesting to me that that's where it begins. You're right. Tons of stuff goes into Joko. I wasn't asking you to agree that that was all they did. I was saying that's the start. You did start a diplomatic nightmare. Indeed you did. All right. Hello, Kazmir. How do you feel?
These people are desperate. Caught up in a war they don't understand. Balthazar came to the desert for Kralkatorrik, not for them. But why? Why is he doing it? This is why I wanted you to pick the Sunspears, to represent Cormyr. She might guide us to answers or intervene in Balthazar's actions, especially if his goal is noble, but his path is not.
Your hope is inspiring.
Thanks. Have you heard from Tiny?
I couldn't get a clear signal. Guess I should try again. I have some big news to share. There must be some place that's clear of interference. I'll look once I finish gathering information.
Okay. Could we have done Timey already? So basically that's the... We can do Timey now, can't we? Always time for Timey? I might have missed a bit of dialogue there if I went back to Ritlock. Damn. I might have missed something. Am I holding that potato in front of the camera instead of setting it on a stand? No, it is on a stand. It is on a stand. It's actually like on a puff, on a chair, on a pillow, on a bowl or something. So let's go do always time for Timey on this pyramid, right? The markers should have appeared by now, shouldn't they? Or maybe they're not. Maybe it's not live yet because there's no markers just yet. I'm not too sure. Oh my god, daytime Amnoon. It's looking good. It's looking pretty hot. So last we got Deputy Ayub at the trade camp. You're going to make a potato can with heritage armor? Go for it. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see so many of these. Most people introduced to Joko and the praise Joko song on Joko. Well, I'm sure you could have picked up other snippets in-game from, like, running around Amnoon and stuff. And, was there ever in Guild Wars 2 another reference to Joko before now? As a community member that's really invested with the movement of the world and watching YouTubers like me and stuff, you probably knew about Joko. But, like, in terms of purely in the game, I think that that's really one of the big first moments. None of the gods care. They only care about their perfect little paradise. Well, that's the big question. Are they benevolent? Do they give a crap? That's the big question, isn't it? It's good stuff. Okay, so Mr. Raptor. I actually think that the Raptor's, like, not even that bad power creep-wise, except the leap.
Cormier's moved beyond us. Balthazar sees you. Balthazar knows you. Serve him.
Can we wear the Zaishan armor? Is that actually special armor? I don't know. Alright, hey, Ayub.
Deputy, Captain Rahim pointed me in your direction. Would you mind if I talk to a few of the refugees about Balthazar?
You're welcome to try. Not a lot of folks are in a talking mood. This camp's gonna be no better than the places they fled if we can't get more aid out here soon.
I'll see what I can do. Maybe people will be more inclined to talk when they feel safer.
We certainly wouldn't say no to some help. Priestess Karima can tell you what we need most. Good fortune to you.
Someone just asked about the intro that I used on the YouTube video advertising that I'm live. No, that's Welk's video. You've seen it. It's Welk's video. I just downloaded that. I used that at the start of all my streams. And by the way, anybody who has come from YouTube, just by the way, if you follow me on Twitch, you'll be notified every time I go live and this story continues. And we do all of these little details and stuff. Let me... so what was the detail there? Okay, so do we actually have to do the heart? Yeah, we do. The heart is now listed. So we got some thirsty people, we got some hurt people, we got some hungry people. Let's get some supplies. So, donated food. I've actually been eating some grapes during the stream, so that's pretty nice. No problem, little child. I'll feed you. I'll be your parent now that you're an orphan. This one's hurt. Would you like food? Food will help if you're hurt. Food helps if you're emotionally hurt. I don't know about physically. Actually, that's kind of funny because grapes are like a hospital food, aren't they, really?
Now.
Hungry? Everyone's hurt. Why doesn't anyone want any food, man? Come on. Fine, I'll get you medical supplies. Fine. I really like the hearts in this. I should start getting funerary things as well for my... Oh, we can double up, guys. We can work on a legendary while doing the stream. Right, so each heart you do each day gives you funerary incense.
Some medicine.
Wait, what? Oh, I got more food. I thought I picked up medical supplies, but no, apparently I just got even more food. Does killing the rats help kill the area? Surely rats is like a bad idea to have in it around here. Okay, medical supplies. There's just so much detail in these hearts. I think they're really good. Here, you're hurt.
Thank you.
No worries, you're no longer limping. Good stuff, bro. He had a bit of audio clipping. I keep hearing audio clipping in Guild Wars. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that the devs are doing, but some characters just sound like that. Okay, hurt. Anyone thirsty? Hurt. Oh, it's almost like they've been attacked physically or something. I don't know.
Cormier, bless you.
Yeah, no worries. I'm basically just throwing the supplies at them. I'm not actually doing anything. I guess they're like splash potions, right? They're splash potions of healing. It's fine. I think this is like the old revive icon as well, by the way. So we can do that. I like how we let the guild know about Vlast at this early point, like we might have a plan. What do you mean? What do you mean, Benji? I'm missing... I know Vlast is about to be mentioned, but what specifically? I think grown-ups in this game don't eat. Well, the players do. Consumables. I have a Dragon's Breath bun. Why don't I give Dragon's Breath buns to the hungry people?
Have turned their backs on you.
That refugee needs some medicine.
Save us all.
Oh, this is water. I'm just going to pour a jug of water on that guy. Actually, yeah, you're a good point. Is it only the children that are hungry? Would it be bad for the age rating or something if they showed injured children? That's not right, is it? It's just you can't kill children in games. That's all it is.
Cormyr is blind to the troubles of our world. Cormyr's moved beyond us. Balthazar sees you.
Cormyr bless you.
That guy's hurt. No worries. We can also open some mystery tents and find like choya and things in them, like this one. Hello.
Cormyr bless you.
I'm going to have a lot of fun playing this. I can tell you now, guys. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing Path of Fire on Spellbreaker. I think you guys picked really well. I wonder how I'd feel if I was a firebrand right now.
Join the ranks of the Zaishan Order.
Because it's just so quick killing stuff.
God is. Ours is here. Now.
Alright. Okay, another shaken tent. Let's open this one. Another choya.
Cormyr bless you.
Spellbreaker runes are working for us. Choya are pretty thick. There are a couple of subtle deaths of children in Guild Wars 2 Vanilla, Harathi Hinterlands. Is that like the ghost children or something? I know there's a really sad event in Harathi with that giant, right? And I mean, that is a very sad event. Where he goes to the graves. I think you go there for the Colossus pre-chain. It'd be nice to crit on that for once. Alright, we can just kill one more choya now.
You're very kind.
No worries, lady. You can go in there now. Look, and you've got some delicious melon you can have at the same time. Alright, so they're all happier with me now. May Cormyr show you her truth, Natalie. Her humble servants could not have helped as many in as a little time without you. If you can find it in your heart, we return here each day and will continue to need assistance. Okay. I'll come back tomorrow. Do you have anything to trade for my efforts? Gift of the Oasis. Oh, I have to actually finish the map, do I? Rip. Do we have all these recipes? Oh, we don't have these. How many is this? This is trade contracts. I have the skins that they create unlocked, though. So, do we care about getting recipes for skins we already have? Probably not, right? So, recipes for Nadijez stuff. Lots of Eyes of Cormyr. It's Laurels as well. Anthem of Liberty. I mean, it's just the inventory stuff is a mess, isn't it? Garden of the Gods. Rahim, we've already got the Raptor Treat. Tributes. What about the funerary thing then? What? Where's the I thought there was a thing I could buy that I needed 250 to make the Gift of Desert Mastery. Am I wrong about that, guys? What am I missing here? Tribute to the Dark Arts. If I want Binding of Ipos, that's what I need. Hey, WP, I know you're very busy now doing your video, but would you be able to link your current build from guildwars2skills.net? I'd appreciate it a lot. What do you mean? I can just show it to you. It's just Spellbreaker runes, Assassin trinkets, everything else is Zerk. And then it's Discipline, Strength, Spellbreaker. I'm just literally stacking damage modifiers. That's it. It's just anywhere you see it's more damage. And then I'm Axe, Dagger, Dagger, Axe. Oh, they're only from specific hearts in Vabi. Really? I thought it was across the entire expansion. That seems really smart to me if it was across the entire expansion, because it would encourage lots of player activity all over the different maps in a variety of areas, really renewably so. Alright, well, never mind that then. Let's speak to the refugees.
Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened to you?
We fled north to escape Balthazar's Forged, but they've been marching the same way lately, up into the highlands. At this rate, we'll run out of places to retreat to in no time flat.
I really wish as well that the dialogue boxes didn't turn off if I got too close. I want to like be right next to these guys. Hey, bro.
Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened to you?
We left a group hiding from Forged attacks in Destiny's Gorge after walking out of the Elon Riverlands to the south. We thought we were in the clear, but we were followed. I had a chance to run, and I took it. I still hear the screams. I ran when it started, and... Oh, Dwayne, forgive me. I'm a coward. I should have died with them.
No, you shouldn't have. And take heart. Balthazar will pay for this.
Be cool if we could come back to this guy at the end of the game and be like, yeah, listen, man, we've avenged him. And so the really important one right here.
What happened to you out in the desert?
We very nearly didn't make it out alive. We escaped the salt flats right before a Forged invasion. Balthazar has turned the whole desert upside down and... I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Oh, no, sorry, that's not the important one. Does it always trigger the last one last, then? Here she is.
What happened to you out in the desert?
We were coming down from the highlands when we
love her
ran into
hair.
a branded ambush. No one would have survived if Vlast hadn't flown in and saved us.
Vlast?
You know, the dragon, Glint's offspring.
Don't you mean Gleam?
Gleam was the name the bards gave him, but his true name is Vlast. He's a savior with wings. We owe him our lives.
That's the first scion, Oreen's brother. He's a good dragon?
He carries on his mother's work. Cormyr praise him.
Where can I find him?
No one knows where he roosts. He just shows up to contest the branded.
So Oreen has a brother. That's great news. I hope. Wait until Timey hears about this. Looks like I'm done here. Now to see if I can reach Timey. She said higher ground.
So there's a lot to say there that I really like. I like the way that it segues into the Timey stuff. I like the nobody knows where he roosts thing, which solves sort of an issue as to why we just don't go charge into him straight away. But also kind of doubles up as an interesting hint for the whole... Is it Katesh? I can't remember. Katesh? It's not Katesh, that's the thingy. But the Lost City from later, I think that's really interesting, the way that can almost nod to that. Not that he necessarily still roosts there, but you get what I mean. Later we find out a bit more about his history. But most interestingly is this name swap. The name swap is really weird for a lot of reasons. So, and I think it's a really great example of where the game struggles not having the breathing room. So you can tell that the devs really love the story that they're telling, and they really thought long and hard. So on one of the streams, they talked about the sound of the word Vlast. It fits the character better. So you can really tell that there's some real passion. They really sat down and thought, what's this character? Does Gleam work? Right down to wanting to change the name and everything about it, you know. And they really care so much about it that they want that name change in there. But the truth is that by the time the game comes out, and by the time everything's been culled away and only the essentials are left, it feels really arbitrary, because it's like, this is a character we're going to see for a couple of seconds, learn more about posthumously than while it was alive. Maybe that doesn't matter for the name swap too much, but their role, their influence isn't, you know, super major. So it almost feels really weird, or at least for the start of POF. So it almost feels weird that they do the name swap, but they go for it anyway. And then that also becomes a bit of a problem, because now they have to have the line from the player character saying, don't you mean Gleam? Which leads us into these weird situations that we've had before, where it's like, what does the player character know? Because quite often we assume that the player character knows what we, the player, knows. But that doesn't always line up. This isn't the first time Guild Wars has had an odd moment like that, where it's like, oh, the character's talking about Gleam. And a lot of the players won't know who Gleam is. At no point in the personal story, Season 1, Heart of Thorns, Season 2, anywhere has Gleam been talked about, really, in-game. And if it has, it's been in very obscure, small places. if season 1 was still playable and they did a little bit more tweaking with the Zephyrite patch and the Labyrinthine Cliffs, this could roll together better. But it almost feels weird where a lot of players are like, what do you mean, don't you mean Gleam? And I think that's actually extremely dangerous to ever do. If I put myself in the shoes of a player who doesn't understand Guild Wars 2 lore very much, and then their player character comes out with, don't you mean Gleam? I'm going to feel really distant from this narrative. I'm going to feel really, like, off with it, and I think it's actually going to step me out of it a bit. And I don't think that players should ever risk a player having that moment, because it might be a moment where they realize, oh, I don't care about the story, or, you know, you don't want the player to feel like they've got work to do to be able to appreciate this on all levels, which essentially they do, but you get what I mean? Like, you don't really want to scare them off, and I feel like that almost scares people off a little bit. And it feels a bit odd. It's a bit like when we knew the name Morgemoth, and the problems with that were more sort of logistic problems about how we got that information and so on. But so yeah, you know, they risk a lot, I think, to do the name swap for something that in the end feels arbitrary. So I don't know, just from like a script writing perspective, I think that that's really interesting. As a player, I loved it, obviously, and I loved that my character said, don't you mean Gleam? You know, as Wood of Potatoes, this was all super cool, but yeah. Alright, so always time for Timey. Let's go speak to her. Yeah, Costage is talking about the egg as well, the egg scene, and I think that it's a shame from season 2. I think it's a shame that Path of Fire hasn't properly touched on that yet either. Was that a Discord noise in the stream? I don't think I have Discord noises pinging on my stream. It might have been from you, or at least I didn't hear it a second ago. Yeah, and there you go. Someone said in chat about Morgemoth as well there. I think I'm going to deliberately refuse during this playthrough to use these abilities unless it's to specifically cross a gap, because it just blows the exploration completely. It just kills it. This is a nice pace of exploring. This is good. This feels quite MMO-y. This feels like a large real world. Fucking dev hacking around because they gave us dumb, like, incredible mobility. Like, I don't know. Sort of ruins it a bit for me. So I'm gonna create honor rules on the fly to have a good pace and a good experience. So there, we'll do it. All right, Timey, you're up in the wrecked area of Amnoon, are you? I felt it would have been more cheap if we did get to know Vlast first. We've already had too many token deaths in this game. I genuinely felt guilty later on in the game where I learned about his troubles. Wait, you felt it would have been more cheap if we did get to know him first? Oh, no, yeah, I mean, I agree with you there as well. I actually like the post-humorous death. We talked about that a while ago on another stream about how apparently it's an Eastern storytelling thing and stuff. I think that was all really cool. So this looks pretty good. All right. Well, are we high enough? Timey, hello? Is this thing on? Testing? Testing?
Timey, do you read? Come in. I must not be getting a signal.
I'm here, Commander. I read you. Glad you made it to the Crystal Desert in one piece. You are in one piece, right?
So far.
Did you duke it out with the fire guy yet? What's happening? Update. Update now.
Balthazar's got the desert in chaos. I'm trying to find the shortest route to him to... well, you know. But I think the biggest news I've heard is a story about a dragon. Vlast. Supposedly, he's another scion of Glint. Oreen's brother.
What? Well, tell me all about him. What's his height, wingspan, powers? Did he eat anybody in front of you?
I haven't met him yet, but I'll let you know. How are things in Rhodonovus?
It's hard to change people's minds with conjecture, so I'm trying to prove that killing dragons isn't ideal. I'm also trying to get all the Dragon Lab info into Scruffy so I can become more mobile. It's a madhouse in the lab now. They're giving tours. Tours! Ugh. Speaking of which, here comes one now. Check back in when you get a chance.
So, I really like this as well. Someone said in chat that they like Timey's role in this. I think Timey's role is perfect in this expansion. I think they knocked out the park. Really good way to use that character. I also love, like, you don't get it in all the Timey clips, but this one you do. It feels like Ratonovus, and the lab is still like a coherent part of this story, which is like quite an accomplishment, really, because this is Path of Fire, and it's not giving us access to that lab. You know, that's a totally different expansion that's paywalled off somewhere totally different, locked behind quite a lot of story if you want to get to it, right? And it's been a huge part of the previous season, which was all associated. Mechanically, structurally, game-wise, that's distant. That's ancient history. And I was a bit concerned that the transition into the new expansion, that would feel a bit rough, right? Just suddenly vanishing from these sort of mainstay locations we've been to many times. And we know for a fact, Living World Season 3 can't really take us back into that lab or whatever. But through this timey dialogue, it feels coherent. I actually think that's a major accomplishment. It's really good. It's one of those things as well where it makes me think again about new players who only have Path of Fire. Like, what are they getting out of this? Like, nothing. Like, so... It's great that the devs are doubling down on, like, players like me, I guess. But it does concern me, the prospects for the rest of the game. But I think that you know, it's nice. And that's not the only timey dialogue to do it. So, yeah. Zalambur sends us another message. Commander, you've earned my gratitude by helping thwart a hostile takeover. In return, I've come by some information I know will be valuable to you. I've summoned your guild mates to meet you in my casino so that you can hear what I've learned. Zalambur. Alright, so let's get going. Your boss is yelling at you. Okay, no worries. Hope you don't get fired. Yeah, Tommy's VA is great. I mean, it says it 100,000 times. I'm a bit bored of saying it over and over and over again. But it is great. And I actually think, you know, a lot of people really dislike the character. I don't think that many people would... It almost stands to her credit. You know, this woman's credit that she delivers the roles so immaculately. And she delivers what's being asked for so immaculately. That, you know, if you don't like that character type, it's really going to get under your skin. Because she's just so, like... what's that word? She's great. She's very loud with it. She's very, you know, good with it.
Because we were invited to the casino by its owner.
Anyone who gets that reaction out of a stuffed shirt almost made me think I might like this Zalambur guy.
That I think feels a bit flat because we're not too familiar with Aman. We haven't had the time to really let it sink in who's who and what's going on.
Amnoon should put him in charge. I'm surprised that council's not debating the merits of pyramids versus cubes.
That's an interesting line.
For endorsing him for political office.
I wonder if we were in Asura that would have done something. That was an interesting line. I love our colors here, by the way, right now. I like that there's a hardcore lore discussion about the gods and the placement among Tyria, and he doesn't even acknowledge it.
Freedom is a sweet drink, Commander. I've been busy quenching my thirst.
You should join us. We were just about to meet with...
Zalambur. I already know a thing or two about this place. A Silvari gambler who's up 500 gold is just my cover, I promise you.
Now that he's free, it's okay if I kill him, right?
Gentlemen, let's keep it civil. How about it, Canuck?
While my freedom's been gratifying, it's also a little boring. This is much more interesting. Besides, I may have made a wager that the Slayer of Elder Dragons can take down a god, and I intend to collect.
What are the odds?
Let's not jinx it, Commander.
So, the devs talked a lot about being very careful about what characters in the expansion, not doing too many characters, and making sure they've got a good reason to be there. I mean, I get why they went Kanak, but this was the best they could come up with. I don't know. Maybe it's because it was kind of late in the season that Kanak's... Like, I mean, no, it was Lake Doric, really. I don't know. It just feels like a bit hacky, doesn't it? Oh, he's just as a casino. He's chilling out. I mean, they could have lampshaded it even more and maybe it would have worked, but we all know this is a bit of an excuse to get Kanak. I think it's a bit transparent. Also, yes, there might be a hardcore discussion going on in chat, but I really don't feel it's on my job to stop it on all cylinders and stop playing the game and just get into huge conversations with chat just because that's what you feel like talking about at the time. This is supposed to be going through the game, and if I don't keep some kind of a pace up, I mean, Christ, I do enough tangents as it is. So I don't know. Maybe my understanding of what Twitch is off, but yeah. Alright, so let's see here. Hello, Zalambur.
Welcome back, Commander. It's an honor to have the members of Dragon's Watch in my humble establishment. Please, follow me. The Grand Sahil is already back to running at full capacity, in no small part due to your earlier intervention. We have all the finest games and entertainment the Crystal Desert has to offer. Do you enjoy games of chance?
When the odds are in our favor.
Typically, streamers interact with viewers. This actually proper irritates me. I've been interacting like countless, but I'll get sarcastic comments, I guess.
You're half right. He's currently hunting down a crystal dragon.
Thank you for teaching me, mysterious dude. Thanks.
I wonder why he'd suddenly change targets.
Who among us can understand the will of a god? I do know his forged army has encampments all over the Crystal Desert. He stops at these camps to rally his troops while he's on the dragon's trail.
So we might be able to intercept him at one of the forged camps. You've come through, Zalambur. I actually don't regret keeping you alive.
The feeling is mutual, Commander. I'll take my leave now. Enjoy your time here, please. Stay away from the high-stakes roulette. It's rigged.
I knew it.
I like how Kanak overhears that a little bit.
So, who's up for a trip to one of these camps?
Sounds good to me. Let's shut him down before he's responsible for anyone else's death.
We don't want to rush in blindly. And if I'm going to be joining you again, I may as well make myself useful. I'll scout the main camp, see what I see, and report back.
The main camp? On your own? Seems risky.
Nah, not alone. I'll go with him.
Not the response I expected.
Hey, vacations have a way of dulling a blade, so to speak. Can't let you fumble around unsupervised.
That's more like it.
All right. Kaz and I will check out the smaller outposts.
Actually, I'll leave it to you if you don't mind. I have some matters to attend to. There's a temple of Cormyr near one of the forged camps. You can find me there when you're done.
Yeah, I think he upped it to beat Kraukatoric. Yeah, I think that's what he did. All right, and there we go. We get Blazing a Trail completed. Also, you notice this instance they didn't feel they had to add extra stuff. No dialogue again, despite the icon suggesting there might be. I didn't even have to press F to trigger any of these conversations. Oh, I think I did at the end there. But yeah, so a little bit more Amnoon stuff, and there we have it. So that's the next part of the chapter done. That's a pretty long thing. And yeah, that will probably be the end of the stream here, guys. Obviously, I've streamed quite a lot today. It's about 2 hours, which is what I like to do. I will be back. What day is it? It's Monday, isn't it, right? There might be a bonus one. I don't know. We'll have to see. So if you guys click the follow button, you'll be notified next time I go live. And I guess we'll just see. But the absolute guaranteed next one will be the start of the weekend, next weekend, and we will continue along with this. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the Spellbreaker, and I'm really enjoying running around and sort of getting reacquainted with POF. This even feels really good, seeing like the brightness outside, and it's a bit dingy in here. So yeah, cheers guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much for the few subs and things. We will, and you and all to the donation earlier. And we'll see what we've got. Cheers, and I will see you next time.